topic of discussion, and I believe you guys are going to like this one because it involved with these two players that if their teams didn't have them, their teams would not have won many championships that they did. So I want you guys to pick one in a one-on-one and pick one in a 5-on-5. Of course, I will pick mine as well when we are talking about Dennis Rodman, who played with Detroit Pistons, Chicago Bulls, and many other teams, and Draymond Green. Now, before you guys watch this video, make sure you click that like button, click the subscribe button. Also, my ebooks will be in the description box for you guys to go purchase as well. Let's get right into this video. In this video, there are 4 topics that we're going to talk about, and that's defense, offense, hustle, and ejection. These 4 things play a big part in which will you pick in a one-on-one and which one you will pick in a 5-on-5. First subject we're going to get into is defense. With Dennis Rodman, he averaged 0.7 steals and 0.6 blocks. With Draymond Green, he averaged 1.3 steals and 1 block per game. So both of these players, they know exactly where to be at in the defensive play. They know how to play help defense. They are very active with their body and with their hands, which is why they're able to get a lot of steals and irritate the person on offense. They love to get back on defense, even if their teammates miss a shot or if they miss a shot. They know exactly how to time the block when the opponent is going up for a layup or the opponent is going up for a shot. They communicate very effectively, which gets a lot of steals and is able to get a double team or is able to switch off on the pick and roll. These guys is very effective on defense. The next subject we're moving on to is offense. The regular season points, he averaged 8.7, assists was 5.6, offensive rebound was 1.1, field goal was 45%, and threes was 32.3. In the postseason, it was 11.6, assists was 6.2, offensive rebound 1.7, his field goal was 44.9, and threes was 30.4. And on top of that, he has 32 triple-doubles. Now moving on with Dennis Rodman. In the regular season, his points was 7.3, offensive rebound was 4.8, and field goals was 52%. In the postseason, it was 6.4, offensive rebound was 3.7, and his field goal percent was 49%. And he only had 1 triple-double. The third subject we're going to get into is hustle. So when we look at Dennis Rodman on the offensive rebounds, in the regular season, he averaged 4.8. In the postseason, he averaged 3.7. Now, it definitely should be a stat of how many times he has dived on the floor. I'm sure it's something like 100. And now looking at Draymond Green, in the regular season is 1.1. In the postseason is 1.7. Not a whole lot on offensive rebound, but it doesn't take away of his blocks, steals, and, of course, getting back on defense. The last subject we're going to touch on is ejection, which both of these basketball players have a problem with. Let's start with Dennis Rodman. In his basketball career, he had 12 disqualifications, along with 60 technical fouls. Disqualification, pretty much ejection. So when you think about it, as long as he has played in his basketball career, that's not really a lot of ejections, and that's not a lot of technical fouls when you really sit and think about it. But when he does get a technical foul, you're going to know about it. When he gets kicked out, you're going to know about it. Moving right along with Draymond Green, he has 20 ejections and 158 technical fouls. And he has played as long as Dennis Rodman has played as well. And so with his technical fouls and his ejections, as you can see with these highlight clips, yeah, he kind of go overboard with a lot of stuff. And I be at times don't understand why he do what he do. So who am I picking between these two basketball players? Well, let's start off with a one-on-one. In a one-on-one game situation, I'm definitely picking Draymond Green to beat Dennis Rodman. And this is why I said I'm picking Draymond Green. Offensively, he is better than Dennis Rodman. He can score better than Dennis Rodman with his ball handling, and he can actually shoot, whether it's mid-range or it's a three. Am I saying he's going to knock all of them down? No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is you can give Draymond Green, and when it comes to mid-range, probably a good 5 or 6 shots knocking him down. And when it comes to threes, he making hit probably 3 or 4. It all depends. And he can drive to the basket. Now, when he's on defense against Dennis Rodman will have to try to score. And I honestly do not think that Dennis Rodman is going to score like that because he has no move. He can't handle the ball. He has no post moves or anything. And I say that respectfully, Dennis Rodman, so please don't take it to the heart. But now, who am I picking in a 5-on-5? I will have to give it to Dennis Rodman. And this is why I said I'm giving it to Dennis Rodman to pick in a 5-on-5. He is willing to sacrifice his body, whether it's diving on the floor, whether it's playing aggressive against the biggest player on the basketball team. And remind you, he went up against a lot of huge players back in the 90s. If we're talking about Shaquille O'Neal, we're talking about Karl Malone, we're talking about David Robinson, we're talking about the Hakeem, we're talking about so many bigs that he had to go up against and play aggressively. And he will get his rebounds on the offensive end. And most of his points will come from offensive rebounds. Let alone he plays good defense. So I said Draymond Green is a better offensive player, which he is. But it won't be easy for Draymond to just score on Dennis Rodman because Dennis Rodman knows exactly how to play defense. So respectfully, I will give it to Dennis Rodman to pick in a 5-on-5 situation. Not to mention, the ejections play a big factor as well because that means that Dennis Rodman will stay in the game longer than Draymond Green will. And that's the conclusion on this video, man. Make sure you guys go watch it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel for more videos like this, along with tutorial videos that I do also. Make sure you like this video, comment on the video, whether it's a good comment, bad comment. Hey, man, let's spark up this conversation because this was definitely a tough topic to discuss because I feel like both of these guys X each other out when it comes to who you pick in a 1-on-1 and in a 5-on-5. I like both of these guys' game, especially on the defensive end. Until the next video, guys, champions thrive on elevation. Praise to the Most High. Yeah.